Hey everyone, Kevin Lewis with Home Life Benchmark Titus Realty, and today we're diving into the latest updates on the Fraser Valley housing market for July 2024. We'll cover sales trends, inventory levels, and what these mean for both buyers and sellers. Let's get started. Despite a recent 0.25% drop in Canada's overnight interest rate, the housing market does remain quite sluggish. Sales totaled in at 1,185 for the month of June 2024, marking an 11% decrease compared to just a month ago in May 2024, and more than a 30% drop compared to June 2023 just a year ago, and the 10-year average for the month of June. This decline in sales has surprised many, especially those who expected lower interest rates to boost the market activity. But this scenario may present some opportunity for some buyers to get in with lower rates before the prices really start to take off again. With these fewer sales happening, it means that more properties are available for sale. New listings in June 2024 reached 2,940, an 8% decrease from May 2024, but 2% more from June last year and 7% higher than the 10-year average. This increased total inventory numbers, giving buyers more options and negotiating power. If sales do start to pick up to more seasonal levels, we can expect inventory numbers likely to drop again, probably leading to higher prices. It's a classic case of supply and demand, and lower rates will likely increase demand, therefore lowering the supply. Here you can see how the inventory levels have fluctuated despite the lower sales. The inventory at the end of June stood at 6,308 homes, providing ample choice for buyers. With just 19 out of every 100 homes listed in the month of June 2024, we're firmly planted into what we consider in the Fraser Valley real estate market a balanced market. The Fraser Valley Real Estate Board considers anything less than 12 out of 100 homes selling in a given month to be a buyer's market, anything from 12 to 20% to be considered a balanced market, and anything above 20 out of 100 homes selling would be a seller's market. Now, most of the time over the last 10 years, we've been pretty heavily in seller's market territory. Somewhere about 95% of the months for every property type have been in that seller's market territory. So for us to dip down in the total, property types to dip down into a balanced market is a pretty significant shift that we haven't seen for quite some time. If we break this down further, we can see that detached homes are only selling 14 out of every 100 listed, putting it firmly in the balanced territory, actually getting quite close to the buyer's market territory. While condos and townhomes are still in a seller's market technically, condos were only 21 out of every 100 listed, which is the lowest we've seen that dip down to for a long time. Prices have remained relatively stable throughout the year with less than a 1% change each month. This stability offers a predictable environment for both buyers and sellers. So, what does all this mean for you? As I always say, the best time to make a move happen is when it suits your personal situation. If you are both selling and buying at the same time, things are likely going to be relative in price between your current home and your future home. But we can look at this a little closer if you do like to analyze things. If you're planning on just purchasing or upgrading, and by upgrading I mean selling your current home and buying a more expensive home, doing so sooner might be beneficial. Let's take a look at an example here as to why that might be. Let's use some simple numbers here to break things down. If your current home is worth, let's say, $700,000 and your future home is worth $1 million, that gives us a current gap of $300,000. Now let's take a look at that difference if the market in total increased by 10%. That would make your current home now worth $770,000 and your future home up to $1,100,000. You'll now be paying $30,000 more in difference between the two properties. Probably a much higher number than the amount of interest you'd be saving by waiting for those rates to come down. Now, of course, if you are downsizing, waiting may put more money in your pocket, as the opposite to the above example is true. You'd put about $30,000 more in your pocket if the example was reversed. Remember, while the interest rates are currently higher, they are temporary. Buying now at a lower price but a higher rate could be more advantageous than waiting for rates to drop and prices to rise. As they say, date the rate, marry the house. Ultimately, despite the slower sales and the growing inventory, it's not a bad time to make a move. Slower markets provide more time for careful decision making. Thanks for watching, and if you're thinking about buying or selling in the near future, feel free to reach out. I'm always here to help and navigate these market conditions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Give me a call, send me a text to 604 218 5635. Thanks for tuning in.